Leadership is very important to bring change through their influence in the way they can impact everything around them.
Growing up, I went to school barefooted, no shoes, living in grass houses. My biggest dream was to do something to get us all out of poverty.
I'm the vice president of a construction management firm. I've worked my way up from cleaning toilets and sweeping floors.
In my youth or in my teens to my mid-20s, I lived for myself. It took me down a dark path. I was basically bankrupt and lost everything.
So when I was asked what I wanted to be when I grew up in grade 2, I said I wanted to change the world. And my teacher actually said to me that I couldn't do that. And it was definitely a defining moment.
Most of my career, I work at the highest level of the global energy industry. And people can be aggressive. It is challenging for me, especially as I am a woman.
I was very passionate about bringing justice to the people, but I began to realize that there was a lot of corruption in our judicial system. I even wondered whether I wanted to remain a lawyer. And at 40, I was surprised when I was appointed by the President of the Republic of Kenya as one of the new judges to spearhead reforms across our entire country. God has given me many other opportunities to impact the nation. And one forum through which we are doing this is working with other leaders to use their power and influence to serve other people. And I believe I can learn how to become a better leader.
A gentleman came up to me and said, "You really need to come out to this new group that's starting for women." And he's like, "Well, it's a faith-based leadership group." And I internally cringed, and I was so pleasantly surprised. And it was so foreign to me that these people who are strangers could be so supportive. And the books that we've gone through are amazing books that I've learned so much from and I want to implement in my life.
Well, business to me was always exciting, and my faith was somewhat boring. Even though I'm the oldest in the group, I still learn a lot. I think my excitement and faith has definitely exploded. It's come together. We view it as one and the same.
I got passionate about it because it happens to be a group that would interact with your professional, personal, but your spiritual life. And I actually never thought about it. I never thought that spiritually you could do something at work. Now I learn that I have to believe what God says about me. And I'm like, that's very powerful. You know what? I feel that I am empowered.
And it helped me to be more compassionate and more humble, to become the leader I want to be and the leader I need to be.
So I worked my way up. I was the youngest female broker in the firm. We grew the assets from 50 million in assets to 120 million. And much to my surprise, that came to a giant halt when I was fired from my job. I lost my identity, didn't know who I was. And if I didn't have those women there, I think I'd still be lost. They spoke kindness They spoke love. They spoke into me so many truths that I wasn't speaking to myself. When you think of a leadership group, you don't think of the people who are going to be there to help keep you standing when your life is falling apart. And sometimes people just need to know that they're not alone.
It's almost unbelievable that God has entrusted me with such a responsibility.
After all the blessing that I started experiencing, I asked God, what do you want me to do with this? I had a dream about my country. And so I started seeing all my friends grabbing hands, and like it was a big line, this was a huge line. And at the end of the circle, there was Jesus Christ there. And I'm like, oh boy, that'd be so cool. So I thought, like, maybe God is telling me that I should go and reach out to my friends. The country needs a huge change, and people are desperate for it because they depend on it. Their futures depend on it. It's time for me to give something back. I said, let's do it online. We started noticing that people's lives were changing.
I have opportunity to sharing my experience to more than 1,000 people in many cities, and we talk about financings, leadership, business itself. And I want to see this vision grow, impacting millions of people.
Well, I believe in mentorship to pass down to the next generation what I've learned. There are others that have it written all over them that they need to be leaders, and so those need encouragement to step up and lead because of the giftings they have.
So I'm actually being mentored to eventually lead my own group and start a new group. And I'm going to have as much love and compassion that the women who sat at my table had for me. It is so true that he takes one little thing and he makes it way bigger than you ever expected.
I am ready to give something back to my country. I've been giving so much. I want to do something about it. So tomorrow I'm going on a plane to help them and see that dream come true. And seeing a new generation of leaders rising up. The most exciting part of all this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And the right time is now. This is the right time.
And each of us must play our part. Because without great leaders, there is no future. No future for us, for our kids, our communities, or for the world. But we believe everything can be different.